Yeah, no, for sure, dude. This is pretty dope. Like, I know it's gonna get bigger and it's gonna be all crowded, more crowded, but it's really fun. I've learned a lot in just 2 sessions.
Yeah,
Big Matt, let's get this money this week.
what's good, Benny?
Not much, man. Just finished up some homework.
Where you from?
I'm like the Mill Creek area
Oh shit,
where I grew up, and then I live in Everett right now. But
that's fire.
yeah. I think I know your brother.
Which one? I got a lot.
Ben?
Colton?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, bro. I just got into it and wanted trying to learn, soak up some games. So
Oh yeah, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Can you trade stocks without like your mom's permission?
Bro, I got my dad trades stocks too, so he made me a custodial account through Thinkorswim. Like, I just used my own money, all that. He just needed to set it up.
That's fire. Yeah, this I was just watching Bitcoin and shit.
Wait, so I got a question, just general. I don't know a lot about crypto, but like, so obviously like a lot of the prices are like really high, like upper thousands. So like, how do you trade it without what do you call it? Like, obviously buying a whole coin or whatever.
Yeah, with crypto, you can literally buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. You can buy up to like 9 decimal places. So like, let's see if I can find it. Maybe on my phone. You can buy literally a piece of Ethereum. You don't have to buy a whole Ethereum. You can buy like on Robinhood, you can buy fractional shares, right? You don't have to buy a whole share of Amazon because it's $3,000. You can buy $20 of Amazon. You get a fraction of a share. Yeah, I have a tiny amount of Dash because it didn't sell all of it when I sold it. Like, this is like, I have 0.0000 whatever Dash. It's like 8 cents.
Yeah.
With Bitcoin too. Damn, the thing's going crazy. But yeah, this shit's about to go. Let me see my price target on here. I just think you can make a lot more money in less time with Ethereum. Like, this is.
Do you think Ethereum's gonna correct?
Oh hell no! Once it gets 1420, it's gone. My price target for the short term is like 1700.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move some money around right now.
So if you Benny, if you put like $100, it's about percentages. It's not about how much money you get. Like, if you can't buy a full one, it's all about how much it moves percentage wise. So if you put $100 and something moves 7%, you just made $7, right?
Yeah.
And it's just scaling from there. If you put in $1,000, that's what, 70 or 700. 10,700. It scales up from there.
Yeah.
You're looking for like the percentages, and I just know crypto, and that's why a lot of people trade penny stocks, is because they move huge percentages in a day, like 300-400% sometimes. Even and crypto, like, you can really get big moves from that. So that's why a lot of people trade it. But if you take a big stock, like, let's just go to Amazon, it might move. We'll go to the daily chart, right? It might move. Let me fix this. It might move 2%, 1%. Like, you can make a lot of money if you have a lot of money. It takes a lot of money to make something like this because it just doesn't move that much unless you catch a day like this, 4 or 5%, 3%.
That makes sense, because then your fraction, if you're getting a fraction of that percentage, that's going to be really low.
Yeah, if you have a full share, like, it might only move like $12. You put in $3,000 to make this one moved $111. Like, that's not that crazy for how much you're putting in.
Yeah,
it just depends on your strategy. What up, Sean?
What's going on?
You got the headphones. Who's that down there? Oh, my guy Chuck. Yo, we lit right now. How many people we got? I can't even see. Oh damn! I have in here. We got Jason, Izzy.
I've been on all day. I'm trying to pull up the charts.
Out of here. We lit now. I was just watching Ethereum because it's literally going crazy. I know this is like more of a stock stock call, but I just like to watch this shit because when it goes, it really goes. This is thanks for joining, y'all. I think I want to break down like different strategies and see, just guide people towards like picking a strategy and focusing on it. So like, if you want to be a day trader, just be a day trader. Don't do swing trades. Don't do scalping. Don't do anything else. You could do buy and hold too, but like, just focus on what you want to do. So if you're only going to do swing trades, then only do swing trades. But you can pick based on your personality. Like if you like to buy and hold for like 10 minutes, you're a scalper or you're a day trader. You're not. Focus on buying 10 minutes. I think buy and hold is super easy. Like you just buy companies you understand. So that's like, let's break down the 4 strategies. Let me pull up some like notes or something. I'll pull up some notes and we can literally. My watch list from last week. Let's see. 4 strategies. Whoa. Money strategies. All right, we got buy and hold. This is literally the easiest one. You take like, let's say the top 20 companies that you buy all the time. McDonald's. We got Netflix. You can just go through your credit card statement and literally just check what do you pay for every month. $10 a month. You got a subscription to Dropbox. They're a publicly traded company. Let's get into Dropbox. Like just buy a fractional share. You can dollar cost average, which is like just putting in 10% of your check every week or 10% a month every week or every month until you end up having like $1,000 in your account by the time you take a 10% of your check for the whole year. That's what I ended up doing. I just bought Boeing because Boeing's right down the street. I'm from Everett. Like I understand what Boeing is. They make planes. Like Corona just hit it hard, and we can even look at the chart for like the daily chart for Boeing, like all over the place. I bought it literally. This is my first time I ever bought a stock was right here. I bought Boeing at like $90. I literally bought the bottom just like pure luck because I was like, I know Boeing, they make planes, like they're down from, they used to trade 350, 400, like they'll make it back, and I was just gonna hold it forever. I was like, they're gonna eventually get back up here, right? It's gonna take some time, as you can see, because traveling is crazy right now. But buy and hold, you might put in $20 right here, $20 right here, $30 up here, $30 up here every week. If you buy in, eventually your price is gonna be so good, like over time. Before the Corona dip, you see Boeing is consistently uptrending, right? You buy in $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, whatever you're willing to lose and willing to risk. That's buy and hold. That's easy. You take the best, 10 to 20 companies that understand and see every day. McDonald's, one of those McDonald's is going to be good. Like you can look at the McDonald's chart over time. You're going to be all right. Let's just go to the weekly so we can really see the uptrend. Cool. You see that? I mean, I don't have to draw it, do I? You guys see it? Where's it going? That's buy and hold. You buy it and don't even think about it for 5-10 years, and you're gonna be all right. Like it's still going this way up here. So I'm a big fan of McDonald's.
That's crazy.
What's that?
No, my computer's just glitching.
Damn, fucking McDonald's is fucking going.
That was a dip on Corona, and it's already back. I mean, a lot of companies are like that. You can look at Apple. Apple barely even felt the dip of Corona. But look at that. Apple used to be $8. You just consistently bought from 2010 until now. This is SPY. This is like the overall market. You see a dip.
Jang.
What up, Django? Jang.
What's good? What's good, y'all? I had to tap in real quick. Sorry I'm late.
No, y'all just getting started. Cool. But yeah, buy and hold. That's the first strategy. You buy it, just dollar cost average every week. Whether it's $10, $20, companies you understand. Just find the top 20 that you understand and dive in. Swing trades. my favorite because I don't like buy and hold is cool. You might get these dips right here. If you're not putting in a ton of money, you're not going to worry about these little dips. But I don't want to. I don't want to hold it for these dips. I want to buy. I want to buy the bottom, and I want to ride it to the top, and then sell when it's about to dip. And that's the swing trading. So let's get into that. Like the daily chart's good. There's a couple ways to do that, but you really got to. There's two ways to study a stock. It's fundamentals and there's technical, right? Technical is like the charts, looking at the RSI, looking at the volume, looking at all the price action. And then fundamentals is literally how did McDonald's do last quarter? Who's their CEO? Like we're looking at financials, we're looking at like sentiment, like what are they doing different than Burger King and this type of there. So you can decide. I like trading off the price action because this is real. Like this is no emotions. This is no like opinion. Like yeah, I think the market's gonna drop right here. Like it's not up to debate. It's really this is actual buying and selling. This is people putting their money where their mouth is. Basically, this is them saying, hey, I would buy this price at 343 or I'd buy it here. People are buying at 378 still. You can see how much volume it is. I mean, this chart is a little like messy. I got all my like trend lines and shit, but you can see this is the Corona dip, right? You can see there's a lot of volume because people are trying to get out of the market. Like, let's say you're 65 and you're about to retire. Why would you sell right here or even down here? Because you need your money. You can't wait for this to bounce back. We didn't know if this was going to bounce back. And I like reading the charts basically because you can tell. This tells you emotions. This is fear and greed, which is what drives the markets. Fear is right here. This is as it's dropping, people get scared. They sell. Why would you sell? You're scared. You're scared you're going to lose more money. People are selling down here because they think it's going to keep dropping, right? And then greed is up here. Like people are like, oh, it's going to keep going up. It's been going up forever. It's going to keep going up. I'm going to make more money. So we want to take advantage of emotions, and we want to take advantage of people's greed. We want to be scared when people are greedy. Like Bitcoin the other day was at 42,000. And I was getting worried while everyone's talking about, oh, it's going to 100,000, it's going to 1 million. I was scared because, I mean, it can only go up for so long until it needs to correct. And look what happened. I'm not saying I predicted this crash and like I knew it was going to happen right then. I was predicting it down here and even way back down here. But I just knew something was coming. Everyone's talking about like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 1 million. You gotta like anything. If your homie's like that you didn't even know invested, and he's talking about, oh, it's going to 100,000, it's going to this. That's the time to be cautious because greed. But yeah, that's swing trading. Nonetheless, I'm going on a little rant there, but you all good. Swing trading is basically buying, let's say down here, you're buying the momentum and you're buying the wave up to a certain point and then you sell up here. So you might have a swing trade for, it's more than a day and it could be a couple months, it could be a week, it could be 6 months, but you're not buying and holding. You're not just buying it and forgetting about it. You're trying to buy the bottom and sell the top. I like swing trades. I just did a swing trade on space. I think that'd be a good one to break down. That was like the textbook swing trade for me. So if you guys want to know like my swing trade strategy, this is it right here. I strictly go off the charts. I don't even know what space is. It's Virgin Galactic, but I mean I don't really care like who they are as a company. I only care about the industry a little bit. Like it doesn't really matter because I'm trading off the charts. For swing trades, so I'm looking at the RSI. RSI is like the relative strength index, right? This will tell you if a stock is cheap or it's expensive based on where it is on this RSI. So if you look at this, anything above 70 means it's overbought, right? People are buying it all the way up, and it's a little hot right now. Let's just put it on a scale of like hot to cold. Like if you're buying it when it's hot, it's gonna turn on you. You never want to buy when it's hot, and you never want to sell when it's cold because it's gonna turn back. let's look at the last time it was really oversold, which is down here. Look what happened. Turned back up, right? Started coming back up. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but it's always. This is the Corona dip, so it's oversold. It just got beat down, right? And if anyone wants me to slow down or has any questions, please send them. I'm just.
I got a question real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
So I noticed, like, when I look at the graphs, like when you change the time variance, it will change the RSI. So like when you're looking at the RSI, like what kind of like variance should you be looking at?
That's a great question. That depends on your strategy. So day trading, I'm looking at literally the 1 minute chart. This will show me every candle on this chart is 1 minute at a time, right? This is 1 minute. This is January 15th, 12:05, 12:06, right? So when you're day trading, you're just trading intraday, and you're buying and selling within the same day. So I'm looking at this is 1 day of time, right? I'm looking at these candles, so I'm trading it based off the RSI, based on the 5 minutes. If you're swing trading, you want to look at the daily chart. It's the easiest. You can even use the 4 hour if you really wanted to. So each candle is 4 hours of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The daily chart for like, if you really want to like buy and hold, you can use the weekly. You can even do this for swing trades monthly, but it's based on your strategy, which I'm breaking down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got buy and hold. You won't even really look at the charts. You're just buying companies that you understand, Dropbox, Boeing, things that you pay for, things that you know, Netflix, companies like that. Swing trades. So we could put no charts or at the very least monthly chart. Swing trades. This would be daily chart. Maybe even the 2 hour. If you wanted to get crazy, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then we got day trading. We're looking at the 1 day, 15 minute to 5 minute, or even the 1 minute. And then we got this, which is another form of day trading, which is scalping, which is what I do, which is like I'm only using the 1 minute to 5 minute at the very least, sometimes the daily, just to see. Let's just do 1 minute to 5 minutes to keep it simple. So buy and hold, you're buying companies that you understand. Swing trades, its time frame would be more than a day, anywhere to 6 months. Right? Day trading is buy and sell within the same day. Scalping is buy and sell within minutes, sometimes 10 seconds. That's what I do. And I base these off of personality. You have a lot of time to focus on this. If you don't, if you have a job, you have something to do, swing trades. It's your bread and butter. Buy and hold and swing trade. If you got nothing to do and you have some bread to like throw at this and you want to actively, I'd say day trading is more like a job, right? You got to really spend time learning how to do this, and it's active. This is semi-active and this is automated. You can automate this through M1 Finance or Robinhood or any app. You just buy it, forget about it. You know, you can even monthly, you can put in or weekly deposits, daily deposits. You can put in a certain amount and Robinhood will automatically do that. Pretty much any exchange will do it.
Well, I was looking into learning more about scalping the other day, and it seems like with scalping, with the fact that it is so quick, you're just looking for, like dude was saying, literally 2 to 20 cent pops. So
I can show you from our chat, like,
yo, Chase,
what's up?
You should pull up the ISR chart from Friday because that was pretty. That was pretty decent, but there was some super good like indicators on there.
Definitely, I'll pull it up for sure.
Yeah.
So this is like, let me show you a good scalp. Like, or I could show you like, this is my trades. Look at this. I had SPY or PayPal for 6:30 in the morning, 6:32, right? At 4 seconds. I sold it 9 seconds later, I lost 25, right? But that's literally how quick I'm in and out of these trades. You need a really good platform to execute this, but I made $112 on Roku in 11 seconds. This is 6:31 in the morning, 24 seconds. Sold it.
How many shares did you have?
I had one contract. I bought it for
contracts.
I'm scalping the option contracts, so this is like the most riskiest thing you could do, but it's also like it's the way my personality works, and it's like the most control. Like I don't wait for it to like, oh, it might keep going, I'm gonna hold it. No, like I'm in and out once I get that move. And I'm gonna build this account. I'm gonna show you guys over time. I'm gonna build this account for $4,000. I'm gonna build it up. Let's see how quick we can get to 10, and then 100, hopefully a million after that. But you know, it's a process. I don't expect that overnight.
So that Matt Diamond dude, does he scalp contracts or does he just scalp shares?
Contracts.
Contracts? All right, bet.
He went from 3K to like 100K in like 18 months. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna beat him by any means. I'm not trying to. Like everyone has their own journey, but that's the same strategy I'm using. So let me show you. This is the profit 112, and I did it in 11 seconds. This is the chart, right? So Roku came down, popped back up. I bought right here, and I sold right here. For $112. I mean, it could have gone the other way, and I could have lost 112. You can either make thousands or you can lose thousands in minutes. So it's risky, but you know what you're doing. You know, you put the odds in your favor. That's basically all trading is investing is stacking the odds, because everybody's risking money. It's in some sense like if you buy and hold, it could drop on you and go to zero. You risk that money, but at the same time, I want to automate it to the point where I can control. Like I was definitely gonna buy above this line, and I was just gonna take that quick move. See it popped to 423. I sold before it really hit the top, but it came back. So I'm glad I did. That's just why I like scalping. So it's based on your personality. If you like buy and hold, and you don't even want to think about charts and worry about anything, just buy companies you understand that are going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, I have a question.
There's no stress. Yeah, we can even like, if I could write on this, actually, I might be able to. If I could write on this, I'll put no stress up here. And then as you go down this, more stress. Scalping, highly stressful, but highly profitable and more active. Same with day trading, and then swing trades is semi-stressful, but it's also like really easy to just buy it and then forget about it. So let's like look at my trade on space, because that one I broke it down in the chat. Like anyone could have taken that, and it was not like, you know, buying and selling in 2 seconds. This is like over a couple days. There's the space right here. So I bought in right here, I believe, or I might have caught it right here, and I sold it right up here. That's a swing trade. Like I didn't expect it to pop in one day. Let me break down like what my strategy was. Actually, I just want to pull up that day trade I did, or not the swing trade I did, because that chart was like, it just showed you guys exactly what I was doing.
Hey, when you get done showing us that chart, can you show us how you set it up to sell it that fast?
What's that? The scalping?
Yeah, like so you bought it and you sold it like 9 seconds later. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I'm doing that. Like I'm on the desktop, like I'm buying and selling. I'm clicking the buy and sell like within seconds. I'm not. It's not automated.
Okay.
Oh, for real? You don't have automated stop losses?
No, hell no. By the time you even set it up, it's already gone. Like that's how quick scalping is.
Okay.
Some people have a way to automate it where like once they buy something, it'll set like a 10% stop loss and a 10%.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's the channel I was watching the other day. I was like, dang, all right, these things are on it, bro.
Yeah, I don't need that. It just doesn't really help me. But let me see. swear I dropped. Oh yeah, I was probably in swing trades. My bad. All over the place today, but we were talking too. Let me see if I have it. All right, here we go. That's a good one. Yeah, this is space right here. Damn, it's hella small. This is just my Webull like account once I set the trade up. So I bought it at looks like 25.90. We can pull it up on here. I bought it at 25.90 right there, and then I sold it. You can check the profit and loss, but my stop loss was just below this support, and then my take profits up here. Let me show you why I did that. So we got the 20 moving average. This is like a way to tell where the trend is going. And then we also had this we had this trend line. Let me get the horizontal, hold up. Hopefully we don't run out of time because Zoom only give me 40 minutes. Sleep is nice today. So we had this trend line. And then we had this support down here. And I even did I even risked a little less. I had the support. So basically when we could even do this top resistance. So when a stock comes up and it bounces off a certain price level, that's a resistance. And then when it bounces off something and bounces back up, that's a support, right? See how it came down? Bounce support. This is the daily chart. So every day, this is the day of trading. It bounced up over the next couple of days, and now we saw this big rise in space. And then it dropped on some bad news, right? And there's a gap. Every time there's a gap in the chart, it tends to want to fill it up. What I mean by that is see this gap down here, it filled it up in the price. Charts just tend to do that. It's usually you don't know when, but it tends to fill the gap. Like you see it here, there's a couple gaps, filled them up. There's even some over here and it filled them up over here. This chart's a little messy, but the reason I bought in is because it bounced off the support. RSI was about, on the day I bought it, it was 59, which is, I wanted 55 or below. We can even break down the strategy to a T, but I like something that got beat down. That's a good stock, and it's traded higher before. It's been 35 before, and it has a gap to fill, and it crossed over the 20. Once it crosses over the 20 and it's below 60 on the RSI, I'm buying in. Because you see what happened the next day, it touched this little support resistance line, and then it had this crazy news and it gapped up 20%. I mean, that's not going to happen every time, but it was as simple as buying here. Once it crossed over the 20 and was below and the MACD was turning. The MACD is a bunch of, it's the two moving averages, and it's a way to tell when something's going to reverse. See what happened when it crossed down? Shot down. I mean, this is not consistent. No indicator is perfect 100% of the time, so do not expect that. But using 3 or 4 indicators for your strategy is the best way to do it. So I have the MACD. Once it starts turning, it's crossing the other way. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it crossed down and started downtrending, right? Crossed up, started uptrending. Same with the moving average. So once it closes on the daily above the 20-day moving average, the MACD is turning, the RSI is below 60. I like 55, honestly. So anything below 55 on the RSI, and it has previous price action above where it was at, which is 25.90 is when I bought, and that's the best way to set. So that's what I look for when I'm buying, and then where I put my take profits and stop losses is where the support level was. So right here, it had really bad news or something, and it dropped down, right? It found support over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, and so I'd set my stop loss at 22.59. So I know if it comes back down here when I bought in, it's hopefully going to bounce off this and come back, And if it doesn't, then I lost, say, 10%. I think I broke it down in the swing trades, and I will always break it down every time I come into a trade, how much I'm risking and what my total risk and take profit risk reward ratio would be. So I bought in here. If it dropped back down, it might bounce off the support. If it didn't, then I sell. it'll automatically do that for me because I set it up in Webull to just have a stop loss and to take profit. And what my profit targets would be old, price action spots. So like, it was up here. I'm not going to go all the way because it might not make it back up there. So my first take profit was at 30 because it was filling that gap. And then my next one would have been around 33, 34. But I ended up just taking up all the profits right here because that news was so crazy. And I'm like, who's not going to take a 20% move like in 2 days? Like, it's just a no-brainer. That's like $180 or something crazy in 2 days off 700, $800. You could put in $20, Benny. You could put in $30. You could have, if you put in $100, that would have been like, I think, $18, $20 profit. I think I bought like 25 shares. We can check, but that's my swing trade strategy. So it's got to close above the 20-day moving average. That shows me that's going to be an uptrend, right? And then RSI below 55, MACD turning, and then that's it. Prior price action up here. I like to buy good companies that are just beat down for whatever reason. It might be earnings, it might be news, it might be the CEO's missing, like Baba.
Did they still not find my man's?
I don't know, man, but Baba is looking like a swing trade. So this is something I'm going to enter. See how it's trading up here, got beat down because the CEO went missing or whatever happened. Look at this, dropped 13% in this day. I don't want to grab it down here because look at the RSI oversold. I don't want to I don't want to catch a falling knife, right? Like, what happens if it keeps dropping? What happens if it goes to 200? I don't want to buy that. I want to wait for it to pick up some support and find support down here. It looks like it did. Even after all that news and all that selling, still has time, to it's regrouping. And look, it closed above the 20. I still don't know if I love it, but it's also starting to fill that gap. So now it's up like 3 or 4% since I would have bought in. I missed this one, so like I'm not gonna jump in now, but it's honestly still a good trade. Look, the MACD is turning. RSI is below 50, it's at 49, above the 20. Got this gap to fill, it's got this gap to fill. Alibaba, I mean, not saying take this trade because no one should listen to just one person, but have a strategy. My first profit target would probably be, you could even do here. So if you bought in at let's say 246. Right now it's 243. Let's say 245, right? Buying at 245, 10 shares. What is that? Like about 24.50? You can even do one share, 245, right? I'd set my support. My support's down here, 224. So my stop loss would be like 223. And then my take profits would be shit up here. Up here, you could cut 1/3 here, 1/3 here, and 1/3 up here. Does that make sense? Like, why would I put my stop loss down here, guys? Anybody want to answer? We just broke it down. I think y'all being shy right now. But this is a swing trade I would definitely look into taking. I don't know if I love Baba, and I don't know if I love like this chart, but
I'm sorry, I'm watching this Ethereum shit right now. So I'm off track.
It's coming back a little bit. He said, damn, I wasn't paying attention. It's all good. What are we on?
I FOMO'd and it's paying off.
Yeah, see, Sean bought Ethereum at like, we could even break that down because that's a great lesson. Even though it paid off, like I wouldn't recommend it. I think Sean.
Hell no.
What was it like?
$12.50.
Was it $12.50? Jesus.
Well, I bought some earlier today, but now I'm buying more. So I just got some at
a couple of weeks back. You bought at like
$12.90. Oh, so I still have some. I still have some originally from $7.76.
$7.76, yeah.
But I put them in different. They're all in different apps. I gotta fucking condense them all.
Yeah, this shit was up here, then it came back down, or you bought in like as it was popping back, and then
Yep.
It dropped really hard, and we were like, man, I thought you were gonna sell, honestly.
I'm a holder. I'll ride the waves. I'm not. Don't scare me.
No, this is honestly the bottom in my opinion, because we got
it totally
a long way to go, at least I think 2-3K. But yeah, it's literally like, yeah, if you're buying
2-3K in what time frame?
shit, probably by the end of this year, but top of the year. Some people are saying 5, so I mean, you never know. But let's get back to stocks, because I think most people are here for stock trading. But yeah, this is a good trade right here. This is Baba on the daily. I think. Don't quote me on this, because shit might come back down. They might find him, and you might find out the CEO is dead. That shit's gonna drop crazy. That's why I don't like swing trades. There's still a lot of risk. The market could turn on us. That anything could happen. But yeah, I might even buy into that tomorrow just to show you guys. But I just bought into Beyond on Friday. Had great news. Even though I kind of fumbled into this, I just see the upside. I mean, look at this. It got beat down. It was trading at almost $200. It's at 140. Look at the RSI. It was at 30. It had this little box of like trading, and it had support down here. Bounced off support nicely. It's got a little resistance. Once it breaks this, it's going to go crazy. Look, it tried it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, got beat down, came back, almost tried it again. Every time this line gets tested, the weaker it becomes, but the more significant the breakout's going to be. So watch this. We're going to see this type of candle once it breaks this. I promise you that. So I bought in at like, I think around 139. I bought a few shares because I only had so much capital in Webull. But my first target would be, somewhere around 165, 170. Next one would be up here if you wanted to hold that long. I don't like I'm a scalper, so I'm just going to swing trade kind of like I'm going to take the profits as quick as I can, because this is what I like to do. So just figure out something that wants to, figure out your strategy and pick and stick to it. If it's scalping or day trading, like that's it. That's your strategy. If you just want to do swing trades, you just want to buy the bottom, sell at the top, it's easy. If you want to just buy and hold and never even think about it for 5-10 years, do that. But yeah, that's it. Anybody got questions? I'm gonna build a watch list, but like, let's talk, man. Django, how you feeling? Riker's in here. We're gonna pull up the ISR chart too, because my guy Jace wanted to see it. Let's build a watch list for trading, and I think if you guys want to get in that Beyond trade, that's not a bad idea. Watch list. What's tomorrow? 19?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a short week, 4 days.
Everything's going to be do that. We're waiting for that inauguration. We got to. It's a hot moment right now.
Right? Oh no, I'm tripping. When is the inauguration?
20th.
20th. Okay, so shit. Wednesday.
XRP. So XRP. Oh yeah, sorry. This ain't. So as far as stocks go, you're not a SPAC kind of guy, huh?
What you mean?
The special purpose acquisitions.
No, I like those actually.
Oof, bro, those are my bread and butter.
Yeah, these are like the next wave, honestly. This is the overall market. We're like kind of down the last couple of days, but still above the 20, so it's not bad. I don't really trade the market too much, but it's nice to just see where we're at. We're uptrending pretty nicely. Look at Apple. Apple's kind of getting a little beat down. I don't love it, but we got this nice little uptrend, right? If it breaks down below this, I'm getting out. Like, I don't have Apple, but I'm saying if you were swing trading, you didn't sell. Oh yeah, we can even break down like, let's go back to space, or even I did a swing trade on Twitter a while back over here. I bought down at the bottom, closed on the 20. I bought right here, took this quick pop and I sold right here, but I could have kept riding and it popped another 10% on some crazy news. But like, just look at the RSI when every time something, even on your buying holds and even on your swing trades, you can look at the RSI and be like, hey, maybe it's time to sell. Look what happened when it got too hot after that swing trade. It's up at 80. Look what happened. This is like right where they banned Trump or whatever. It's just funny how like the charts will play out. Look, it's kind of setting itself up for another swing trade. Like you could just ride this. You could ride these swing trades over and over. It's crazy. So and swing trades kind of go in 4 steps, right? We got the trading sideways like base. We got the rise up. Hold up. We got the rise up. Stage 2. This is like this is where we want to buy. Stage 1. We want to ride it up. Stage 2. Stage 3 is like when I take profits and start trading sideways. Stage 4 comes back down. And then it goes back to stage 1. So we want to buy stage 1, ride it up stage 2, sell it stage 3. You can even do puts right here, Chuck.
I don't really buy puts, bro.
No, I'm saying like if you wanted to, you could trade both sides of this.
No, yeah.
If you really don't like the market and you want to short it, you could buy a put down here, short the market, drop it, sell it down here, buy a call, ride it up. Like I could have literally traded this both ways. I don't like to short just because it just feels like you're fighting against the market. It's the same thing though. Like you could set your stop loss up here, profit target up here. It's been down here before. Like it's overextended. Look at the RSI. Like we're just doing the opposite. You can trade it both ways. You just flip it basically. Once it closes below the 20, that's when we're buying, right? It's above, I guess above 50 really. I just don't like to trade against the tide. A lot of people in Robinhood, you can't even short stocks. So it's like if you're trying to go against the tide, it might get a little crazy. But I know people that day trade in short stocks all day long. But I like this. I like Twitter setting up for a swing trade. I'm gonna put that on the list. It's not ready yet though. Don't buy yet because look how far the 20 is. It's got to close above that before we want to get it. So it's going to trade sideways for a while. It might even drop even more than that. But it's got this little support line, so we'll see how it goes. It's not a bad day trade too if it breaks, or scalp if it breaks below. Chuck, we could even get into the scalping strategy if you wanted to like I'm building my watch list for this, but this is what Matt does, this is what I do, this is what Ronell does. Is we find these big levels on the daily. Like say this one is all-time high, I believe, on Twitter, but it's a major resistance. If it breaks above that, that's when I want to trade it. So if let's say Twitter was up here, I'm gonna put that on my list, and if it breaks above 56.18, that's when I'm buying for a scalp. I can even do this tomorrow. I'm gonna look at this. We got Twitter below 40. We can even do 45 because it looks like 45.08 was the low. If it breaks below that, which is a major resistance and support line, then it's going to drop. So you can even scalp some contracts to the downside. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon broke out of this big wedge. Once you guys start like really getting into like day trading and shit, you start seeing all these fucking patterns and seeing where the money is. That's why when I look at Beyond, I see the same thing. Do we break this down yet?
I don't think so.
I think we talked about Beyond yet. I was getting into it, but I bought right here because it's above the 20. RSI was a little hot. I definitely jumped in late and I FOMO'd a little bit, but I didn't buy a bunch of shares, so I'm not like really worried about it because it's still gonna, if it breaks above this 146, I'm gonna even scalp Beyond, so I'm gonna add that to the list. I'm gonna day trading because it's getting close to that 146. 146 major resistance. I'm gonna keep my eye on that and Twitter. Scalp. So this is what I do every week and every night really is I look for big levels on the daily to day trade, and then also look for swing trades for you guys and for myself really. I'm in beyond as a swing trade, so I just bought in when it's above the 20. The RSI it's still below 60, so I'm not mad at it. Look at the MACD. This is money right here. First take profit would be 164, 165, and then up here somewhere, 180, 189. I don't want to go all the way up to all-time highs because it might not get there. And it might bounce off it too, so I don't want to go all the way. But beyond first swing trade, see if I put that on the list. Oh yeah, there we go. We're good. So if you guys want to hop in, this is a great time to do it. But it could
How
come.
long ago was that it was at its all-time high?
All-time high was 197, I believe.
But when?
When was this? Oh, this was back in October.
October?
Yeah, so this could take a while to hit our profit targets. It's not going to be like space where it hits it in the next day, the next 2 days. This could take 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But after you buy and after you set the stop loss down here, and you set your take profits up here and up here, you literally don't have to check it ever again. There's like no stress. I mean, I like swing trades now that I did a few and really it was so easy, no stress at all. Like after I'm done scalping, I'll just go check my swing trades and I'll see how they're doing, and then I'll add my buy and holds. My buy and holds are automated. I literally just set a percentage to like the companies, the top 20 companies, and then M1 Finance will just split them up and buy them and sell them whenever it decides to do that. And I'll put in 25 a week. So $100 a month into my buy and hold and just let it ride. I don't even check it. So I'm doing all my strategies. I literally do everything except for day trading because it's more like it takes more patience. I like scalping, swing trades, buy and hold. Like I know I said focus, but I've focused on all these at one point or another. Like I've done buy and hold. That was my first thing I bought Boeing. I made $400. It was really a swing trade, but it was buy and hold in my head. But I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing. So I've done swing trades, and now I'm doing scalping. So like, I tested everything, and I saw what I wanted to do, and now I'm just working with my personality. What works best for me, it might not work good for you if you don't have a lot of time or this, that, and the third. But you got to decide. You get a nice uptrend, but at the same time, P-Tone got rejected. I'm not going to trade this, but you could look at doing a put on this. Once it closes below the 20, RSI still above 50. I might actually try that. I don't like shorting, but we can put this on there. That's a good setup. P-Tone swing trade. We'll put. I mean, I'm getting into like heavier shit like options and stuff, but Baba, that's a good swing trade. I don't know if I put that on there. Anybody got questions while I'm like building out this watch list? Riker, how you feeling? Jace, I'm about to look at
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just here listening, sitting back.
Over here. All right, bet, Riker. Are you guys next to James like, I don't know what you guys doing, but I need to get on this.
We're sitting in the same car together. You're on the iPad. We're just chilling. You do your thing, bro.
That's so tight. That's crazy. All right, Netflix. I don't really like it. It's not really showing me anything right now.
Could you explain contracts real quick?
Oh shit, it's a lot. But,
I can explain it.
I'm definitely gonna. Wait, what was that, Chuck?
That if you want, I can explain it. I've taught like 3 people.
Yeah, go ahead. Don't give like a huge breakdown. Just give them the overall.
I'll try to make it super simple. I try to explain it in like 3 minutes. So a contract gives you the opportunity to control 100 shares. One contract is 100 shares. And so instead of buying 100 shares, you pretty much are placing a bet on the price action of that company. And so say I'm looking at Riot right now and it's at 24.64. I'm going to say that by February 16th is going to be at $28. And in order to make that bet, I have to pay what's called a premium. And so I'll pay $50 and it'll say 5 cents, 0.5. but you'll times whatever it says by 100.
Mhm.
And then you'll just watch the stock as it moves from the time you buy it until that date that you said is going to do what you said. And if it actually does start to go up, like say it hits that $26 mark and then keeps going, for every dollar that it goes above that 26, times that by 100, and that's how much you make minus the difference of what you paid.
Mhm.
That's like the easiest way to explain it.
He's like, I don't get it. I can see.
I kind of get it. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
look
like,
more, but I just kind of like want a general.
I dropped this video in the chat that it's like this 13-year-old kid and he breaks it down like a super simple way. If you go to the Discord, right, and you go down to, hold up, it's loading. If you go to the YouTube video section, watch this kid right here. He breaks it down.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's like super simple way, but like, yeah, like Chuck was saying, you're basically buying the right to 100 shares of a stock, and it expires at a certain date. So it's like if you just bought a share of a company, you can hold that forever. You can pass that down to your family if you want, if the company's still trading. But the options contract, these expire at a certain date. From like next week, next Friday, to it could be 2 years from now.
There's no direct way to calculate profit on those.
No, there is. It's a lot harder though. But you take it times by 100, but that's not true because there's the
theta and decay and all the Greek.
Yeah, how does that work?
Honestly, I can't explain that to you. I've learned the equation. I've never written it out. So there's things called the Greeks, and they play into how much you're going to profit based over how long you hold it.
Yeah, it's basically,
and they go up and down depending on whether or not the stock starts moving up or down.
Yeah, that, and like also volume and implied volatility and a bunch of other factors. There's a lot of things. So like if you're just getting in the game, you should not be trading options. I look at
that's how I got in the game though.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Like, but definitely don't recommend it because it's basically
no.
It's if you don't know how to trade just regular shares, you're not gonna know how to trade options. You're adding like 10 to 12 more variables on top.
A bunch more variables. But I dropped some Dropbox stuff in the learning section. That's like the 8 or 10 videos that I watched. I watched them all multiple times, probably for like a month, 2 weeks to a month. But before I even started really trading, I bought some shares, but I didn't do anything. I just bought them and let them sit there. And then I started learning how to trade options, and that's when I actually started using my apps.
Yeah, I mean it's basically gas on the fire. Like if you're burning through money and you're losing on all your trades, options is going to increase that burn rate basically. And if you're making a lot of money, it's going to increase that by 100x. So like, just be careful. If you're buying one share of a company, but you're buying one option, you're basically buying 100 shares. So like, it's going to go up or down a lot faster. And there
are option calculators. You can put in what you're buying, the date it expires at, and the current price is at, and it'll do that math for you.
Mm-hmm. Me and Chuck are kind of deep in the game, and he does like debit spreads and things like that I don't even really do. But it's like once you start learning all the different variables, then you should start looking at options because it's
as if you want to be safe.
No, it's a great way to like put up less risk for more reward.
Yeah, it's like you can buy 100 shares of a company by buying the option for like 26 cents, which would be $26.
Let's say you wanted to buy SPY, right? Or let's do like an easy one. Let's do Twitter. You want to buy 100 shares of Twitter, right? It's going to be $4,500. It's a lot of
off top.
If you wanted to buy an options contract, thinking it's going to go bounce back up,
I'll go pull up a contract.
Like $100, $200, maybe even less. You can get ones for 50. It just depends on how much you want to risk.
And you can like do in the money or out of the money. So like it's trading at what 53? Where's the actual right now price?
What's that for Twitter?
Yeah,
45.
45.27. So say you wanted to do something that was cheaper. Because that 45, I'll go pull up the options.
Break it down though, because like This guy's still trying to buy just regular shares. I think we should focus on like actual stock because options can get that could be a whole another Zoom meeting on its own. And even then, like, won't even touch the tip of the iceberg, basically. But
I really didn't understand it until I actually bought a couple. Like, I understood the concept. Once I understood the concept, I was like, fuck it, $20.
Got your feet wet.
Hey, I was very risky. I did not have any safety. I just started buying contracts.
Right.
So essentially, you're buying 100 stocks, and you're assuming the risk for it, and they're just
you're not.
100 shares.
No, you only risk your premium. So like,
yeah,
I guess your deposit for buying the options contract, you're basically flipping the contract. Like, you're never gonna have to buy those 100 shares, but you get the reward from those 100 shares if it goes up, right?
But so if it goes down, do you pay more, or do you just pay your deposit?
You just lose your whole deposit.
Like, that's why it's way less risk for way more reward if it goes
unless you buy a put. If you buy a put, you can actually lose money if it keeps going down.
Yeah, calls are for going up, puts are for going down. If you want the price to go down, if you think it's going down.
And so part of the reason people will pay and play with options would be if I really do want to own 100 shares of a company, and I do believe that the price is going to keep going up, I'll buy a contract. Because at the end of that expiration, like say I buy a contract that says the stock is going to be $28 and it actually goes to 34, the fact that I have that contract is like a coupon. So it gives me the right to buy 100 of those shares from you for that $28 still.
Oh, I see.
But that's for people who actually want them. I don't want contracts. I just want to take the quick pop. I try to sell by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like the Beyond Meats that Chase was talking about would be like,
yeah. So let's say I bought like I think maybe 10 shares of this, put up like $1,400. But I could have bought a options contract for $1,400. But my expiration, let's say my price target, my strike price was 170, and my expiration was 2 months from now. It's gonna, if it goes up, I'm gonna make way more for way less capital. But if it goes down, or if it doesn't get to this price or close to it, it has to get to that strike price that you choose by that certain expiration, then I lose my premium. So,
but if the stock just starts going up the same week he buys it, and it goes like $5 up from the price he bought it at, that contract is also going to go up. It might not go up a whole $5, but however much it does go up, you multiply that by 100.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different factors too, like the Greeks. So like it might not be
even,
but yeah, it might be like 380, 400. But yeah, it's like it's a lot more variable. So I wouldn't recommend it until you really have like your swing trading, just buying shares and all that down. It's not a buy and hold strategy. That's a swing trade. Options is you cannot buy and hold options.
No, unless you buy them for like 2 years out.
It'll literally expire, and it'll expire worthless or expire in the money. You don't have to keep it a contract the whole time. Like I said, I scalp contracts, so I'll buy a contract and I'll flip it to someone else in 10 seconds. So
yeah, I try to buy on Monday and sell by Wednesday. Friday, my account is usually empty unless I bought something on Thursday that I planned on selling Friday morning.
Yeah, just remember, like I think 80 to 85% of contracts expire worthless. So keep that in mind. You got to be really nice at getting that move, in a certain amount of time. So keep that in mind. It's very risky, but it's also high reward if you know what you're doing.
And watching all of the same technicals that we already were just looking at will help you determine whether or not you should actually buy it and what direction it's about to go, when, like up or down. If you want to do puts, and you want to see if you think it's about to start dropping.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Disney put. So I'm gonna do an option on this. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I love it because the MACD is already turned. RSI is almost below 50. But if I think it's going to go down, my first target would be here. And then if it breaks that, it's going to fill that gap, right? This is literally the same thing as I was doing uh, with Beyond, but the opposite. So like, where's Beyond? Beyond, I was looking at close above the 20. I want to fill. There's not really a gap, but I want to hit these price targets above the 20. MACD is turning RSI, but I'm just doing the opposite for Disney. But it also depends on the market because I wouldn't want to short Disney because they have really good streaming numbers and once those parks open back up, I think it'll be all right. It might bounce off this, but yeah, this is why I don't do puts a lot of times. But it's got two gaps, so it could drop back down. I don't see it happening for a long time, but that's another play. You can just do it the other way. I like Disney. I'm just looking at more things to trade. I like all-time highs. It keeps poking its head. Once it really breaks, it's going to break. It's also got gaps to fill, so I'm cautious. That's why I like scalping. Microsoft is in this wedge. If it breaks to this side, it's going to go. If it breaks to that side, it's going to go. Microsoft is a good one. I'm going to put that on there. I think I've added the Disney one as well. Yeah. Microsoft.
Yeah, Roku went crazy.
Certain levels is I can't put a price level on this because it's always going to change throughout the week. Microsoft is looking like a good play. It's becoming a Zoom swing trade as well. Broke this trend line, which is significant since October. It's got a lot of price action up here above the 20. RSI is uptrending. It's below 55. I like below 60. MACD is turning. ZM's a good swing trade, but I would already be in it if I was in it. But it's not too late, especially if it breaks above 447. Zoom swing. Look at NVIDIA. It was trading above this, came back, and then now it's really going. That's not a bad put play either. But I wouldn't really have a great stop loss maybe right here and then take profits. It's tricky on this one. It's not the cleanest chart. And I'm not trading that. AMD, not loving it. Spotify, not looking that crazy. Fast losing a wedge. Rocket to the downside if it broke this. These companies are more like just on my watch list just in case see something, but nothing too crazy.
Always does me right.
Which one? Snap?
I don't know why, but like as like the one stock I can't lose with. I don't play it often, and it's never anything big, but I always hit. Like,
we got Slack if it wants to break down. This is crazy, man. This shit looks like some crypto numbers. I got a bunch on my watch list, but I usually just watch like the top ones that we already looked at. Ethereum's kind of chicken around. If Ethereum breaks 1350, it's gonna go. This is some crypto shit. But what was that stock we want to look at? ISR?
yeah.
Yeah, the ISR chart from Friday.
Yeah, once I look at this, I'm gonna wrap up.
AP.
This one, right?
What is this?
Yeah,
This is a penny stock.
yeah.
I can't really tell you too much about penny stocks because they move so much on news.
No, but there was just some good indicators on Friday.
Let me see.
They're local, actually. They're out of Richland in Tri-Cities.
Oh, that's dope.
Used to be 240. One point, that's crazy. That's back in 1988. Shit.
Oh shit.
Might have been a whole different company at that point. Like, yeah, look, it gapped up above this little resistance, but they had some crazy news or something, huh?
Yeah.
What do you want me to look at? I don't really trade penny stocks.
Because I didn't really know what I was doing too much, but I thought I did. I don't know if like you could like point out some of the indicators I was looking at on Friday.
Well, like intraday? I'm talking like
I was looking at the 1 minute chart on Friday.
let's look at the 15 just because I know the 1 minute's about to be crazy. On TradingView, it's not. Yeah, the 1 minute just looks too crazy. I don't like to look at the 1 minute charts on TradingView. It's not that good. It's not that good looking at. This is Friday, I believe. Thursday. Did you buy?
I feel like showing patterns would help.
Yeah, this is definitely looks like a ascending triangle. You know, we got this little base right here.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking at, and then I seen like some double lows and stuff like that.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's tough to tell. Like, yeah, this could be a little double bottom right here. And look, it was an old resistance. Once it breaks, it tends to turn into support. It doesn't always have to, but look, it broke this, came back down, tested it, support now, flip it around again, and it's bouncing up. So, yeah, if it breaks above 214, I'll definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. My price target's like 215, so I'm hoping this week sometime it hits.
I'll cut half, take profits, let the rest ride. It could go back up to 240, but that was like, I think that was when the news were right. That's the news. So it needs a lot of volume too. And you know, when news hits like this, you see how the volume starts trickling down. You don't want to be the guy that holds the bag once it breaks this trend line from downside. It could. That's all I know about penny stocks. I mean, it's just price action.
Yeah, it's true.
It doesn't need a ton of volume because it's so cheap. Look at this pop like 530,000 in 15 minutes. Another 500,000.
Yeah, it was at like 60 cents like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right in here, gapped up. You know about gaps, man. It's gonna fill that one day. Crazy. Yeah, but that's ISR shit. Any more questions? I'm getting off. Like, let me know. I guess Zoom's being nice to us. It's 8 o'clock. I've been on this for like an hour.
It said it was upgraded at one point.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I thought you did it.
Nah. It's like $200 or $300 for the pro. But I might get it if we keep doing these.
I say just point out like 2 or 3 patterns on like 2 or 3 like well-known stocks, like how to look at, like how to spot the pattern, what you look for to determine the pattern.
I feel like are you talking about swing trades?
Or just look and reading a chart in general, like when you see these like a low and a low like this, like he just said, that's the double low. I'm like, I don't know what a double low is. Honestly, I know one pattern. That's it.
We could go to Finbiz and look at them. There's like, you're saying it's like a double bottom. There's W patterns. There's descending triangles, ascending triangles. Like this is not the greatest. Let me see. I feel like I had a bunch of these. Look, this is ZM, right? Trying to test this line, tested it 1, 2, 3 times, and then once it finally broke, that's a big move. This is a daily chart, so this is like, that's a $6, $7, $8 move, right? That's a big downtrend. I don't know. It's really just connecting lines and waiting for them to break to either side. But swing trades, like patterns, swing trades in stocks, it's a little tough. Like I said, this is more like you want to trade this. You want to trade the stage. Stage 1, ride it up. Stage 2, stage 3, take it back down. Do it all over again. Like that's the swing trade pattern. Like without even looking at the charts, too crazy. Let me see if we can find something. Crypto has patterns all the time. Like crypto is like the best way to see. Like this is Ethereum on the 15-minute. We just watched this. It broke out. This is just almost a symmetrical move, right? Testing, but it's higher lows, lower highs.
No, good can.
Yeah, I mean, we could get into that another time. But Finbiz has all this stuff you need, Chuck. You can literally go screener. You could go, actually go back. You can do double tops.
Oh, bet.
All the double tops. 1, 2. It's kind of trickling down. Double top over here. Double top over here. I love this website. This is like this will show you. You can screen based on market cap, fundamentals, technicals. Like you could. This is how you can find swing trades if you don't want to like really search. You can do RSI.
Oh shit!
Below,
Yeah, right there.
this is it. Below 50, we could do the above the 20. We could go through a whole thing. Like just do this every week. Just go through and screen these stocks.
Oh yeah.
Channel down. Like look, it's consistently trading in this channel, right? And once it breaks out, look, it's about to break. It's gonna go to the upside. Look, this one broke out of the channel, right? And I like channel downs. This is like it's a great crypto play too. If you head and shoulders, these are kind of like iffy on my end because it's debatable sometimes. Head and shoulders is cool.
Bad.
The wedge up, like look, it's consistently going up while this is more of a. It's more like that. Got them all right here. And each one of them fingers. What's up, John? All right, I think we're getting off there, John. So I appreciate you joining us. It is what it is. We'll be back.
I was real late to the party.
Oh, good. Next time, John. We've talked about this. The same. It's basically what I told you that one time on the call. Same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got any questions? If not, it's all good. Appreciate y'all for joining. Hope you learned something. I'd say just pick a strategy, stick to it, learn it, get the ins and outs. And that's it. Just pick based on your personality. You can try them all and see which one you really like. Like scalping is my shit. Buy and hold is my shit too. Swing trades is fun too. Like it's the easiest. Yeah,
And I started with buy and hold. I got bored. And I learned contracts and started swing trading. But I'm about to start trying to learn how to scalp. That seems like the next wave.
You gotta check
Really,
out,
no.
I scalp on Webull, but now I scalp on interactive brokers. It's like the quickest fills. It's so fucking fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just understand it a little bit more before I start actually trying to execute it.
You're basically taking like these big breaks, but you're trading them for like a couple minutes. So like,
I understand the concept. I gotta figure out how to watch for the breaks that I need.
Right. Well, I just went through like I just found a couple. So like, let's say beyond 146. That's a big level I'm gonna watch tomorrow. Let's go to beyond and I'll show you like what I'm looking at. So this is 146, right? Tested it. This is the daily chart, right? So I tested it 3 times, 3 different days. Got great news.
Got you.
Once it breaks it on this, it's gonna go.
Got you.
We have a big pop. This pop was hard to predict because it was just news and it was just random. But once it breaks this, like price wise, like it doesn't need news to really pop.
So you're going to set your stop loss or your
No,
yeah.
I'm not trading on the daily. I'm not scalping on the daily, but I'm looking. This is how I look from when I'm trading. So we'll go down to the. Let's just look at that trade I was showing you. So I'm looking at. Let's go back up to that Roku joint. Like a perfect example. 11 seconds. This is. No, this is positive. Let me see. Yeah. It's been all over the place with this. Whole lot of charts, man.
There's a decent amount of stuff in there.
So for this 420 level was, I believe, pre-market high, and then 420 was a major level. So I was like, I don't want to trade until it breaks the pre-market high because it was up. And then this is This is yesterday's trading day, the day prior, right? So it gapped up, started right here, came down. I like to see that. Came back up, and then I saw the tape started moving crazy. So if you watch that Matt Diamond guy, you can see the actual sales happening live. It'll be like this, you know, you see all the price action. You can see it down to the share. Even on Webull, you can see it, and it'll start picking up in price once it gets to this level. If you see that price, that tape starts speeding up, and this is a major level on the daily. This is the 1 minute candles, right? But if you see it on the daily, it's going to break that, and it did. It broke it $3. So you're just taking that quick move. You might not get the whole thing. Some people might have been too patient and then came back on them. But I know Roku likes to pop. Like you start to learn like the tendencies of certain stocks. You'll see like, you know, Tesla likes to reverse really quick. You'll see Roku likes to pop in the first couple minutes. So that's why I took that trade, because it broke that major level 420 and the pre-market high, and then had the tape speed up. That's literally all I'm looking for. But yeah, that's like some next level shit. Anytime like a scalper's shit looks like this, you probably had a bad day, honestly, which I did. I think I was green on the day because I caught this Piton move. I don't know if I put the chart in, but the SPY, this is a major level on SPY. This is all-time highs, but SPY's like, it was just wicking over and over. I kept getting caught in this little chop. I like to see big candles like this. I don't want to play with these, but sometimes you just get caught. But like, as long as you're taking good setups, which is what this was, 381 all-time high, like you're gonna eventually just catch a big move. And I'm not trying to play through all this. I'm just trying to take this quick pot, even half of it. But yeah, man, that's it. Sunday, so it's Monday stock talk. We had a good amount of people. I think we had like 7 to 10 at one point. We got 7 in here still. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go eat. I'm supposed to be eating. Appreciate you, Riker, Dre.
Yo, appreciate you, bro, for real. Thanks for the talk. It was great.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Be back.
I mean, we could have broke down the portfolios too, but Riker, we already kind of did that. But like, I like looking at like John looked at, like, I taught him about RSI, and then he checked all the stocks that he was buying, and he noticed that he always bought the top of the RSI. Like he was always buying when it was over.
Damn. Yeah, that's been a really nice factor. Just like, you know, as I'm growing and learning, that's been something simple that I could really grasp and like utilize immediately. So it's been keeping me out of the red and just building slowly, man. I'm loving it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, literally RSI is like the only indicator I use.
Yeah, it's like my favorite. Like if you're buying when it's at over 70, you're doing something wrong. If you're selling below 30, unless it's a really bad stock, like you'll be all right. It'll bounce back. It's a good way to value a stock without, you know, bias or emotions.
Right.
Appreciate y'all. This is crazy.
Thanks, guys.
One day we're gonna have like 300 people in here. It's gonna be lit.
Big bad.
I'm still hyped on like 10. I think it's really cool. It's like hella intimate. We can all like, I can answer anyone's questions. Like, we can all talk. It's dope.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. This is pretty dope. Like, I know it's gonna get bigger and it's gonna be all more crowded, but it's really fun. I've learned a lot in just 2 sessions.
It's crazy, right? Shit. Appreciate you, man. But hey, appreciate y'all. You know,
Thanks, Chase. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Big bad. Let's get this money this week.
Sweet.
Love it, man. Talk to y'all soon.
Peace.